Alright, this video is for worksheet 1-7 for the language of linear equations, and in it we're going to be finding the slope using rise over run. So you guys know the drill that are in my class. I'll pause and you can grade your work. Alright, because there's no way for me to shrink this without it being way too small so that you could see all 8 pages, because it's like 3 pages long, I've written all the answers right here. So go ahead and pause and check yourself, and then come back and we are going to get started with how I got these answers, okay? All right. So this first one, we're finding slope by doing rise over run. So for this first one, to find the rise over the run, I'm going to have to start from one of the points. I'm going to start from here. And there's a reason I didn't put numbers on this particular worksheet, and that has to do with I wanted you to focus on rise over run and not doing the slope formula. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, over 3. Now, the next thing I need to say is from left to right, what is this line doing? Well, it's decreasing. It's going down. So this is a negative line, all right? So my rise is 1, my run is 3, and it's going in the negative direction. My slope is -1 over 3. All right, now my second one, make my little triangle between my 2 points. All right, this one goes up 1, 2, 3, and over 1, but this time it's in the positive direction. All right, so my slope is rise is 3, run is 1, positive. From left to right, it's going up, which means it's a positive line. So my slope is 3 over 1, or you could reduce that to 3. I don't care if you give me improper fractions. What I do care is that the number that you give me is reduced. So, so in this case, 3 over 1 is a reduced improper fraction, so that is okay with me. All right, let's go to number 3 now. Some of these I wrote it on the page too, but that is okay. Let me make my triangle between my 2 points. So this one going up is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so if I did rise over my run, I rose 3, and I run 2. This is my rise, this is my run, right? And from left to right, we're decreasing. The line is going down, so it's a negative slope. We're getting negative, we're getting smaller. And if you're doing this worksheet, that means we probably haven't done, or we may have gotten a lot done in that class, the worksheet with the fish tank. And you'll really see why having a negative slope, why that has a real life context, okay? So this is just practicing the concept so we can do the concept in class. All right. One, 2, 3 for my rise, my going up, and my run, I ran 2 spaces. So there's my run. So if I do rise over my run, it equals 3 over 2. And this one from left to right is going upward. It's increasing, so it's a positive slope. So it's just 3 over 2, or I could make that mixed. It's a reduced fraction as 3 over 2, so I'm not going to be picky about it, as long as it's reduced. All right, so I go over 1, 2, 3. This is my run. And for my rise, I'm going up from this little corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, from left to right, this is increasing. It's getting bigger. It's going upward, so it is a positive slope. And that's a reduced improper fraction, but I could make that a mixed number if I liked. Getting near the end, 3 more. All right, let's make our little triangle. So it's 1, 2, 3 in the run direction. I run 3 and I rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From left to right, my line is increasing. It's going upward. So that is a positive slope. So my rise over my run, and it's going to be positive. It's going to be I rise 7, I run 3. This is improper, but it's reduced. But I could also give it as mixed, just be 2 1/3. Sorry, I have a runny nose. All right, notice that when I decrease, it's more comfortable to put my triangle over here. Might not be for everyone, but you gotta find these little ways of telling what the line is doing. But I can look from left to right and see it's going downward. It's decreasing. So I know I must have a negative slope. And like I said, when you do that fish tank project, you'll really see why a negative slope is so important, okay? So hopefully you get it when you do that fish tank. It's a little awkward right now, but we have to practice the mechanics before we can jump into a real life application. All right, so 2 in the run direction, and in the rise direction, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so rise over run equals a -6/2. Remember I said it was going to be negative, right? Okay, this is not reduced. So I have to reduce it to a -3/1 because 2 can go into this 3 times and 2 can go into this 1 time. So that would be the reduced fraction, -3/1. Or you could give it to me as a whole number of -3. These are your choices. Last one. So from left to right, the line is increasing. It's going up. So my slope is positive. All right. And in the run direction, I have 3. And in the rise direction, going up, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so my slope would be rise over the run, a rise of 7 for every 3, positive, reduced improper fraction, so that's okay. Or I could say 2 1/3. And that was actually the answer for another one, but that line looked completely different. So it's not only, see how this line looks different? It's in a different quadrant even than this line. So a line is not identified solely on its slope. It also has to be identified by something else. Okay, and we're probably going into that if you're doing this worksheet, but look at what is different. They both touch the y-axis in different spots, right? This one hasn't even touched it yet, but it's going to touch it down at a negative number, and this one touches it at a positive number. Okay, so there's more than just slope that identifies a line as unique. All right, it's a combination of 2 important numbers, slope and y-intercept. And we're really going to learn that right before we go into things like parallel and perpendicular lines. And so stay tuned. We will learn that soon. All right, keep doing this until it feels comfortable and natural and you understand what you're doing. And I will see you in the next class.